said no.
Now, before we get started here, I do just want to give the whole fair warning of there is a lot of racism in this game. And if you don't really want to deal with that, it's cool, man. You know, you don't pick it up. It's probably not for you. But for those of you that do want to check it out, it actually is a pretty good game. It's very story dependent. And they did a good job in the story. They had a lot of good music in the game. There's people like CCR and the Animals, a lot of good songs from that era. Some of them might be a little past that era, but still, it's good. The music really pulls in the whole atmosphere of the game. So it is good, and I wouldn't turn it off. Now, I know with the racism thing, it's crappy. I mean, really, I've dealt with it myself. Like, I lived in Columbus for a year, and I worked with some people that were, and it was infuriating. But, you know, if you don't remember your history, it tends to repeat itself, just like in America today. I know this isn't a history lesson, but if you guys want to look up some things, if you look up the fall of Rome and then compare that to what's going on with America today, you're going to see a lot of similarities, and it's kind of scary. So it's good to know your history. That way you can avoid the mistakes of the past. Now, like I said, this is a very single-player, story-driven game. There is no multiplayer, but the story itself is amazing. And I like what they do where they're kind of telling it from a past tense. You know, kind of going along with some, like interviews of people that you interacted with in the game as they're talking to the feds, giving their account of Lincoln Clay.
It's hard to explain what it's like coming home from war. Imagine being trapped in a dark room and there's no way out.
Do you know this individual?
Sure. Sal Marcano.
Mm-hmm. And how about this man?
That's Sal's worthless piece of shit brother, Lou. Look, enough of the dog and pony bullshit. What's your real question?
Did you help Lincoln Clay murder Sal Marcano and all prominent members of his crime family?
Now, with this game being so story-driven, there really isn't much replayability. Really, yeah, you can go around after you finish the story and just keep driving and maybe just trying to build up your loyalty with your underbosses, but that's really it. You know, once you do that, that's it. It's done. Doesn't make it a bad game, but that's something I want to bring up with you. Replayability is at a minimum. Now, I've already talked about the story, and it is good. It's a great story. It's nothing that we haven't seen before in any movie, read in any book, anything like that. But they did what we've seen before in a very good and believable and intriguing way. Now, something that I did kind of, I guess, find monotonous was the 3 or 4 missions that was required of you to do before you could do the main mission. And it was always the same 2 or 3 missions every single time. Go kill this guy or go destroy their cargo. And when you have to drive so long just to get there, that was one of the downsides. I got really bored until I got to the story part of the game.
If you're waiting on your appointment, the line's over here.
Cocksucker Greco. Fucking making a working man. Come on, let's get this show on the road. Some of us want to work.
Fuck you!
The same story for the last damn week. Fucking making a working man wait. Hey, boss, you got anything for me today?
So she tried to get the rest of us to walk.
I'm waiting, buddy.
Oh,
map in this game is a pretty decent size. Like I had just mentioned before, there were times where I felt like, man, this is just taking so long to get to the next objective. But the landscapes that they built for this game are beautiful. I mean, it didn't feel like they just copy and pasted each individual building or anything like that. I mean, it felt like somebody went through each and every single building and designed it. And that was such a beautiful thing, and I commend them for that. That's a job well done. I didn't feel like I was just doing a copy paste. Oh, hey, that looks the same. You know, I'm sure they're there, but it was so few and far between that I didn't really notice. And there were times where I went into a building thinking I'm just gonna go shoot up this bar, and found out there was a whole underground cavern that I could go into that led out to some docks where they were having their smuggling operation. It was pretty cool to see.
Jesus Christ!
Can't believe you got us in here.
Anything for you, baby.
I know you don't belong.
God, careless.
Now the map here, it's not too big, but it's, you know, it's not too small either. It's kind of just there in between. It's okay, you know. It does what it's supposed to do.
And while you're driving in this huge open map that they built for you, you're possibly going to get a little frustrated based on how the driving works. I didn't really find it that good. I mean, when you barely hit the brake button, it's like you're slamming on the brakes. Like, there's no light tapping and just gradually slowing down. You know, maybe they were going for a more realistic approach where there wasn't anti-lock braking, to the best of my knowledge back then. Maybe that's what they were trying to do, I don't know. But it was really frustrating when trying to get away from the cops and you're barely pulling down the trigger and it's just slamming and skidding 10 to 15 feet coming to a complete stop before you can even turn. All the while, you know, the cops apparently don't even worry about that. They can just do whatever they want. It didn't feel right.
You want money? I can get you one of those money.
Well, this one's actually just really freaking cool.
And speaking of those cops just doing whatever they want, listen to this. Now, in previous Mafias, I remember them being pretty on your back at the slightest issue that they think you might be up to no good. Well, I can tell you, and I tried this on every single difficulty just to test it out and make sure. It does not make a difference of how strict they are. I sped by them, went left to center right in front of them, ran red lights, stop signs, even scraped some people and sideswiped them gently just to see if they would react. And I got away, no questions asked. But what really frustrated me is when the enemy gang came to shoot me while I was driving. That would, in time, trigger the cops. And what the cops would do? Daggone it, they freaking start chasing and shooting me instead of the guys that shot me in the first place.
Man, I was thinking we could go to this new club in the French Ward. Maybe double date it.
Well, who the hell am I gonna go with?
Oh crap, there's a cop. And he doesn't care. Now this right here, it's not like the game's broke or isn't working how it's supposed to. I mean, they clearly stated that in a gunfight where it's both the cops and the mob involved, the cops are going to help the mob because they are corrupt and being paid off. So it's not like they're doing anything wrong, it's just really freaking annoying.
Now, since we're already kind of on the whole AI subject, I will tell you it's not very good. Even when you increase the difficulty, all that really happens is that they can take more damage and they hit a heck of a lot harder. They pretty much become bullet sponges that's going to two-shot you, rather than, increasing their tactics when it comes to trying to outflank you and things like that.
This dude just does not give a crap. Look at that. He's like, no big deal. It's whatever. You ain't gonna shoot me. Nah, in all honesty, that's pretty bad AI design. Like, these people should be freaking the crap out.
Looking good, chocolate pudding. Maybe you can give me a taste later on.
They just don't even acknowledge the body laying on the ground there. I mean, come on, guys. At least get out and investigate it.
Ambulance, he's been shot. Oh, Jesus, I gotta call the cops. What's with all this anger?
And no one even cares. Just... What the crap? What the heck? What? Dude, get in the boat. Please?
Wanna beat this mess? Get in the freaking boat.
He's just walking. He's like, man, I don't get paid enough for this crap. And I figured I'd just go ahead and try to put in some of the glitches that I found, or maybe not even glitches, just the game not working how it's supposed to. I mean, check this out. She appears out of nowhere. Where was she?
Better check that out.
Now look under that boat. Something is definitely not what it should be.
And the gunplay in this game is really good. It just felt right having that in your hand, letting those rounds shoot off. And just seeing whenever the bullets hit the guy and the blood splatter, it gave us kind of a sick but satisfying feeling.
Got lots of places to look. Don't you know your dad? You ask.
And one of the other things that you're going to be able to upgrade and acquire is little perks for Lincoln. Maybe give him some extra health, or perks for your vehicle, like making it where they can't really shoot out your tires no more.
Now I'm just going to go ahead and browse through all the weapons and upgrades that you can get for the weapons for you guys to check out. And then we'll head over to explosives, which is, of course, your frag grenade, C4. And then it'll go into like health packs and armor, like vest armor. And then it will go to the vehicles, and then switch on over to the upgrades for Lincoln as well. So there you go.
And one of the things you're going to be able to earn from your underbosses is their loyalty. Giving them territory or doing special favors from them, it's going to provide you a little more convenience inside the game. And also, one of your underbosses, no spoilers, but one of your underbosses is from a previous game.
Here we got the perks that you can actually acquire through gaining loyalty with your underbosses. Just little things like calling away the police, or even making it to where if you can't reach a witness in time, purple on the top left is going to make it to where it cuts out all the phones. And then at the bottom you got the ammo that you can see there, and that's where you can buy all your guns and perks. The blue on the bottom left is going to make it where it's like a instant cash delivery, because you do lose cash when you die in this game. And then the green that you just see me call in just allows you to select one of your vehicles so you don't have to steal one.
And the voice acting in this game is fantastic. I mean, there was times I really felt like I was watching a movie. And mentioning the underbosses in the previous segment, I mean, they were so freaking annoying and greedy. But when I really sat down and thought about it when making this video, that's probably what underbosses are going to be. People that just, their goal is money and that's it. I mean, it fit it perfectly.
You're going to hear a lot of croaking about why someone should get this turf. But you asking me to lock down both rockets for you says all that needs to be said. Don't doubt yourself now, son.
I ain't about to beg you for turf. You know what I bring to the table. You would have never called me to it in the first place. So do what you gonna do so I can go on with my fucking day.
And just kind of a warning for those that may not want to see it. There's a lot of boobs in this game. Both fake and real, actually, because some of the collectibles that you acquire in this game are actual Playboy magazines. So, for all you weirdos that want to see that stuff, there you go.
See you at Sunday Mass.
Goddamn Donovan. These people out of their minds.
Gotcha, didn't I? You really think I was going to show you that? Come on now. But one of the things I do want to bring up before I let you go, Yeah, graphically, I mean, the game, it wasn't bad, it wasn't great. The frame rates were steady, but I also think that they masked the lower frame rate on consoles with the haze factor of, you know, just trying to mimic that southern heat. That's how I think they kind of got away with how low it could be at times. Now, I didn't have any significant rate drops where it just started stuttering and it was unplayable. Nothing like that. I mean, I enjoyed this game. I thought it was fun for what it was. Granted, like I said before, a lot of times it was a little monotonous with some of the things they had you do and just kind of busy work just to make the game last longer and drawn out. But all in all, I enjoyed playing it. Will I play it again? Probably not. But for 30 hours of gameplay, I really felt like I got my money's worth. Now though, it's kind of up to you whether you're going to pay that money, dish out that $60 and take your rise to the top, or if you're going to maybe hold on to that money, ride off into the sunset, and spend it elsewhere. October is a good month for game releases, so that's entirely up to you. It's always your decision. So, if you guys liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. All critiques are good. And if you have any questions, maybe something I didn't cover in this video, go ahead and post them down below. I'll keep an eye on it. Try to always. And I'll answer it to the best of my ability. But I want to thank you guys for stopping in. You take care. You have a good week. And always remember, game with grace.